Hello everyone, welcome to Vlogmas day 20. Not many more days to go until Christmas. So today I'm going to film for you my afternoon yard routine. So if you didn't see it, I did my morning yard routine the other day and now I'm going to do my afternoon one. So the afternoons are a little bit simpler than the mornings because generally I will have done all the jobs in the morning. Sometimes I do leave myself a few just to catch up on in the evening if I've run out of time in the morning. And I'm kind of changing my routine around a little bit at the moment where I work with the horses in the morning instead of in the afternoon, so we won't be doing that today. But yeah, generally what we do is we just bring the horses in and put them to bed, but I'm going to show you everything that we do. I say we, but it's just me. So at this time of year I generally start bringing the horse in around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Because otherwise it gets dark. Don't mind bringing the horses in the dark if I have to, but it's just easier when it's light. The fields are a little bit of a walk away, our winter fields, so it's just easier. You know what you're doing, you know where you're going if it's light. So yeah, we're going to go down and bring the horses in now. So just like when I turn them out in the mornings, I like to change up what order I bring them in. So sometimes I'll bring Tia and Beauty first, sometimes I'll bring Apollo and Ginger first, sometimes I'll take them individually, sometimes together. We're going to do them together today because I'm a little bit short of time. But yeah, it just stops any of that sort of difficulty that can come up when they get used to doing things in a certain routine and in a certain order. I've had it happen so many times before where then you can't take one horse away without the other one getting really panicky. So I like to try and not get into too much of a routine with regards to what order I bring them in. And it does work quite well. They're all fairly settled with that now, so yeah. Ginger actually doesn't really like being led with another horse. He'd prefer to come on his own. He's a little bit of a mummy's boy. He walks so slowly when you lead him with another horse because he has a bit of a strop about it. He likes, if he's getting some attention, he likes to have all of the attention. He doesn't like it when I have to give it to another horse as well. Come on, you. So importantly, just because he doesn't really like it doesn't mean we don't do it. Because it's important that he can deal with it, because I want him to be a well-rounded horse, I want him to be emotionally fit, all that kind of thing, and so we make sure that we can actually do it, and he's a lot better than he was. Get him following on me. He's like an elephant holding his tail. He just doesn't like to engage in this at all. That's why he won't walk next to me. He just tucks in behind the other horse and has a bit of a face on about it. But he's actually a lot better than he was. He used to just stand still and not move. Or he'd try and race off in front. He'd just get really upset and offended by it. And I don't think he's offended by it anymore. He's just a bit like, if I have to. So, but we keep doing it until hopefully we'll get to where he just gets on with it and it's all fine. I'm going to have to let you go because they both just want to eat grass, which is really hard to deal with one-handed. Next up, I pick out their feet and change their rugs, and I always check the weather every single day, check the app on my phone just to see what temperature it's going to be so I know what kind of rug to put on them, because they have different ones depending on whether it's going to be a warmer night or a colder night. Apollo always likes to have a look out of his window as soon as he comes in. Can't even take the halter off until he's had a little nosy. Is it all okay out there, Apollo? You gonna come here? You gonna come here? Come on. Good boy. So I'm going to give Ginger a little groom tonight. I try and groom all of them a few times a week. Ginger probably gets groomed more than I do the others, but that's because he's my horse. So I'm going to just pop him in without his rug on for a minute while I go and get the others, and then we'll give them a brush once they're all in. We have a slight problem. So one of the most important jobs that I have to do in the afternoons is feed these guys. We've run out of food. And I know that their owner will be bringing some back with her from work tonight. But it means I can't feed you. You're going to have to wait until she gets home. And they're not very happy about it. So Ginger's the only horse that gets fed in the evenings. The others all get fed just in the morning. He gets 2 feeds a day. So I'm going to show you what he has now. So he has a scoop of chaff, and I use the Thunderbrooks Healthy Herbal Chaff. And then he has a handful of the same chaff for his breakfast. He then has 1 cup of top spec light balancer in his dinner, and the same in his breakfast. He has 1.5 scoops of Allen & Page Veteran Vitality, and that has to be soaked, so I'm going to soak that now. So that only takes about 30 seconds to soak, which is really handy. And what I do is I put his You Move supplement in there to soak. So he just has 1 level scoop like that, and I put that in with the Veteran Vitality so that it all sort of soaks in together, and it just mixes it in a little bit easier, because he is quite a fussy horse when it comes to feed, and especially supplements. So that just means the Veteran Vitality kind of masks it a little bit, and he munches it all up. That a little stir. while I'm waiting for that to soak, I'll do his carrots. So he has carrots and apples in both his breakfast and his dinner. So now I've done those, this is all soaked nicely. And he just has this in his dinner, he doesn't have it in his breakfast. So the reason why that has to be soaked is because it's a very concentrated, what do you call it, like packed pellet of feed, and if you don't soak it then it will expand in the horse's stomach, and then that can cause them to get stomachache and colic. So it's important to make sure it's fully expanded before you feed it, and that's why you add the water to it. So that's his dinner already. Breakfast is all ready too. The last thing I have to do is he has a treat ball and he has a scoop of leisure nuts in there. Leisure cubes they're actually called. They're by Dodson and Horror. And that's it. So that's everything done for the evening now. Horses are all put to bed, fed and happy, so I'm heading off to work now. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow.